And so the fruitarian feast, my mom got the book, you know, I read 30bananasaday.com and all the websites that focus on fruitarian diets, and I took it on. And thankfully, with the help of some of my girlfriends who talked me off the ledge, and I was like, I just want a chicken wing. You know, I was able to do it. I was able to do it. And what was so wonderful about that thing is that it had nothing to do with food. Oftentimes, when you give yourself an opportunity to pay attention to what you think the thing might be, you actually find out what that thing is. So it isn't about being brilliant, it's just about being present. It's just about being present. Yes, I cured my sugar addiction, which was awesome. You know, yes, I got in better shape because I had other things to do with my time than focus on, you know, being at a stove, which I don't do very often, but still. I didn't have to do that. So all these other things that were up on my top shelf, all of a sudden that shelf got lower and lower and lower and lower. And then there was no shelf. And then there was no shelf. There was just me and my choices in every moment. And that is not an Akilah specific aha. That's for any of you. There is no shelf. There's you and your capacity to choose yourself in every moment. So every time I wanted to eat something that didn't fit into what I chose to do, I got an opportunity to be present and said, what do I need now? Well, I need to commit to this thing. I need to be able to say at the end of these 31 days that I did what I said I was going to do. I need to know that I can choose myself in every moment. I need to know that I determine how my day flows. I need to let other people off the hook for my joy. Yeah. And that just came from eating bananas. You know, like, who knew? Who knew? So I really want you to take a moment to picture your top shelf. Think about, and I'm going to be quiet again, I'm going to do that a lot. And I want you to really visualize the things that are on your top shelf. Who would you be if you were more present? What she would do is scoot to the front of the crib and spit the pacifier out onto the hardwood floor, and you'd hear, and then fudder. So she became addicted now, not to the pacifier, but to the act, right, of one of us coming in to pick it up, wash it off, probably, and give it back to her, right? So it became this really emotionally stressful process. Okay, so you've been through it. So after a while, we realized, okay, we really have to get like gangster and just be like, no. And that's what we did. I mean, it was like The Wire, if anybody's ever seen that series in our house, because it was just like, close the door, and it would turn up the music, just do something else. That thing was not being expressed. So there's no like happy ending to the story. She didn't one day miraculously, she kind of cried it out, right? But I gave you that story, one, because as a lot of you are moms, I know that weaning process is a very emotional space, whether it's nursing or fodder or whatever the thing is. But the emotional space, access that level of emotional rigor, right? And that is, you can liken that not just to your baby and their pacifier, but to a lot of other things in your life. There are a lot of things that come up where there's the stimulus, and then there's the emotion, and then there's your reaction. And that little container that I want to give you is, those are the cards that hopefully all of you have gotten by now. It's my business card, and on the back of it, there's a question, and it says, but how do you want to feel? And I want you to be asking yourself that question today as you listen to all the different people here who Ekene has put together to give you these resources for your emotional wellness, for mind, body, and soul, to ask yourself in this day, just starting today, but how do you want to feel? Your goal is to be yourself more, because you are divinely created. You're already whole. So the more time you spend being really busy, the less time you will have to stay connected to your divine self. And that's the third part of that live. I feel you, I feel you. The third part of that is live. When you define yourself on your own terms, your own divine terms, and you design your day based on what you need now, that when question, then you can start to live as yourself. And that's when the work gets easier. That's the practice. I call that life design practice. That's what I coach women around. Because that living part, that's when God really takes over, because now you're not so busy moving around and God has to find where you are and help you center and all those things. When you are centered,